All right, you guys, let's talk Dynamite. It was so different tonight, especially that first 30 minutes. It really felt, I'm not sure what the word is, but it felt good. And the way everything kind of flowed, even though it felt like it was getting a lot, it all felt right. Now we start off with MJF backstage with Renee Paquette. Now he's on the phone with Adam Cole, and here comes the Kingdom and Roderick Strong interrupting. And Roderick is like, "Look, MJF, we know you're behind the whole devil mask thing, but we don't give a damn. If you need help with Bullet Club Gold, we're your guys." Now, MJF, he's definitely not impressed with these guys, so he ends up taking Roderick wheelchair and wheeling his ass out his camera shot because he has a message for Jay and Juice. Right after he gives his message about getting the Triple B back and that he's going to end up retaining the Dynamite ring, here comes a quick little video of someone wearing the devil's mask again. And it happens so quickly. And it gets you thinking, is this really not MJF? Since we just saw MJF in the last shot? Honestly, I'm not sure, but I'm betting that it's someone else. All right, you guys, so we have MJF versus Juice Robinson, and this time the Dynamite ring is on the line. You guys already know that for the past 4 years, MJF has won it consecutively. So now maybe it might be someone else's turn to get a chance to wear the Dynamite ring. Now, I'm not going to lie. MJF, right off the bat, he was going ham on Juice. Like, he literally was just going at him real hardcore. And even if we had the guns ringside, like, that didn't do anything. Like, he really made sure that he was making a statement. And at that point, here we have Juice who's leaking. Like, he is just bleeding from his forehead. And I'm just like, wow, this looks great. I love the way we're starting off the show. And on top of that, you guys, the Philadelphia crowd was not playing. They're making sure everybody outside the building can hear them. And that's how I love pro wrestling. I love to hear the crowd really getting into it. So that really helped me, not just this moment really great, but made the whole show feel really cool. Now, we do have Bullet Club Gold. They're ringside. We have Jay who comes out with the Triple B, but he goes on commentary. But the Guns, they're ringside, and they keep fucking getting into this match. And honestly, I'm getting annoyed. But I did expect this. It's just that when it actually happened, I'm just like, damn, is this necessary? Now, they keep getting involved, and every time they get involved, you kind of think that maybe Juice got a chance of winning the Dynamite ring. But then again, it doesn't happen. Now, we have, I believe, Austin who gives Jay, what's his name, Juice, the scarf, MJF scarf, and he goes to put it around MJF neck. He's already did that earlier in the match, and he's going for it again. But this time, MJF takes it and puts it around Juice's neck, and he is squeezing the hell out of his neck. And the ref turns around and sees this. Now, I'm pretty sure nothing was going to come out of this anyway. I'm guessing this is a no DQ match anyway. So they continue to have this match. Now, here comes the Guns trying to get involved again, and this time the referee sees it, and the referee is like trying to use his feet to kind of kick them and shoot them away from getting inside the ring. It looked like he was stomping on roaches, and I'm just like, ref, is this like necessary? Like, do you have to be doing all this? Now, when he's doing that, here comes MJF, our scumbag. He puts his hands in his trunks, pulls out the Dynamite ring, and he knocks out Juice, and he goes for the pin, and he is the winner for the 5th year in a row. Am I mad about it? Not really. It kind of felt good about it happening. So after the match, here is Bullet Club Gold attacking our scumbag. And who are the first people to come out to help MJF? The Kingdom and Roderick. Now, Roderick, he stays on the wheelchair, but the Kingdom, they get in the ring, and like 3 seconds later, they throw their asses out of there and continue the attack. So pretty much the Kingdom are just as useless as Roderick. Now, and to even things up, here come the Acclaimed. They're here to help Maxwell, and then the crowd is going crazy. They're all happy about it. Everybody loves the Acclaimed, blah, blah, blah. Now, they get in the ring. And here come Bullet Club Gold. They're like, all right, y'all got it. We out of here. And they go make their way up to the stage. Now, Maxwell, he's laying up against the ropes and he's looking at Max and he looks disgusted. He looks like he'd rather have continued getting attacked than seeing Max Caster for one more second. Now, here's Jay on the mic, and he's like, look, Maxwell, you got a whole bunch of problems, but forget about all those problems right now. The only problem you should be worried about is me, and now I have the Triple B, which is now the Bang Bang belt. When he said that, I was like, oh, hell no. Put some respect on the title. It is the Big Burberry belt. Thank you very much, Jay White. Now, for whatever reason, here comes the Guns. They get on the mic and they challenge MJF for the Ring of Honor tag titles. Why? Why should they? This is, you know what? It doesn't make sense. I get there's a story going on here with the Bullet Club Gold or whatever, but when I see that Tony Khan is surpassing all those tag teams in Ring of Honor that have been working hard these past few months trying to get those titles, and he's just giving it to people in AEW. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Anyway, MJF gets on the mic and he accepts their challenge or whatever, and he's going to face them, but they don't confirm when that's going to take place. He just said, yeah, he going to whoop their ass or whatever. And Billy Gunn sitting in the ring looking like he ready to disown the Guns or whatever. But I really like how this moment felt because it just felt like, damn, the title feels really important with all these things that are going on. And it just feels like something special is happening in AEW. And I feel like we haven't felt that in quite some time. Now, after accepting that challenge, he also says that next week on Dynamite that the Bang Bang Gang going to get together and they're going to face MJF and 3 people of his choosing. And he says one of them might as well be Card Blade, which is the cardboard of Jay White, because he is the only man in that whole group. That made me chuckle. Now, here is Roderick and the Kingdom. They're like, well, we know you're going to choose us. And here's MJF. MJF said, look, put the Kingdom on your fucking lap and go roll off a cliff. That was freaking insane. Now, the Acclaim, they assume that it's going to be them, but Max Caster is like, okay, it's us. And he's basically saying, y'all can go follow them too. He wants nothing to do with Max Caster. They've known each other for years, and really on social media, they are friends. But for storyline purposes, he just can't stand the hell out of this guy. Now, he's like, look, even if I was on fire and you were the only one who could help me, there's no way. I'm never tagging with you. And the crowd is booing. And here comes Max, and he's like, okay, so that means that there's probably going to be a chance. Anyway, can you scissor me? And he puts his fingers out to get scissored by Maxwell. And Max looks like he's going to do it for a quick second, and he ends up closing the scissors, and everybody's booing. Maxwell gets out of the ring, and while he's making his way to the back, here come Kenny Omega's music. And when I saw Kenny, Jesus Christ, this man had me drooling in front of my TV. I don't know what it is, but the abs are doing what it's supposed to be doing. And here I am looking at my fantasy threesome guys. I don't know. Maxwell and Kenny, they just do something for me that I absolutely enjoy. Now, Kenny goes and say he really wants a Triple B. However, he feels like he earns the right to defend his streak, which in, 3 more days, if MJF is still holding a title, then he would surpass Kenny Omega's streak of being the longest reigning AEW World Champion. So MJF was like, all right, bitch. So on Collision, you and me for the Triple B, even though he don't got it, whoever wins is going to be the champion. And I'm just like, holy shit, they're giving us like a pay-per-view caliber match on Collision. You guys better not make plans on Saturday night. Now, just when we're thinking that, it's over between the two of them, they shake hands and Kenny Omega whispers in his ear. He says, 3 days, bitch. Just like what Max did last week. It felt so good. Something about the way the show opened. I absolutely loved it. If you didn't see it, it's already on YouTube. Go check it out. So up next, we have a video from Wardlow. Wardlow is letting us know that while he was injured, he had no choice but to watch AEW and see this bitch, Maxwell, having the brotherly love summer with Adam Cole and getting all this success and main eventing on All In and all that. He said that should have been him. And he said everybody loves him. He's everybody's scumbag. Meanwhile, Wardlow ain't got shit in his life because of dealing with Maxwell. And he know how Maxwell is in real life, while everybody's blinded by him being somewhat of a baby face right now. And he says he wants that damn title, and there's nothing that MJF can do right now because he don't got shit to lose. I liked it. I didn't mind this at all. Now, up next, we had tag team action. Hook and RVD versus the Dark Order. So it was Alex Reynolds and John Silver. When Hook came out, first of all, his trunks are so cute. His shorts, whatever they are, I love it. It's really, really cute. And his hair, I was like, bro, did you have a washing set? What salon did you go to? His hair was just bouncing and flowing as he's walking. So I'm just like, okay. And I was like, you know what? Let me chill down because he's like barely legal now. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really care about this, but it was great to see RVD doing his thing in the ring. He is like doing really well. I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but before he started having these series of matches in AEW, I wasn't sure how well he can hang in the ring. But I'm glad he's doing tag team matches because that does take a little bit of the strain away from him, since he hasn't really been in the ring full time. And he seems to be getting along great with Hook. You guys already know he took the win with Hook. And Hook smiled again this time after this match. And that's probably the creepiest thing I've seen all month in October. Either way, it was alright. So after that, during the commercial break, we do have Tony Storm in another silent film. I'm just going to skip on that. So right after that, we had Sting. Sting is supposed to be getting a special gift from Tony Khan tonight. He comes out with Darby Allin. And if y'all didn't know this, guys, Darby has gotten a face tattoo like right over here. And he put some makeup over it. And he got his arm in a sling or whatever. You can't tell that he had a tattoo. Like, if you didn't see it on social media, then you didn't know. That's the right choice, Darby, because that shit looks so stupid. Now, moving on. Now, you guys know, Tony Schiavone, he's going to be involved. If Sting is in it, he's in it. And Sting is basically thanking everybody that he had a chance to thank last week. And he even says that Darby Allin was the best partner he's ever had throughout his whole career. And the crowd don't really seem to be convinced about that. I guess they're hoping that he would have said other people were better. But anyway, he continues and he's saying his thank yous or whatnot. And then Sting gives the microphone away to Schiavone. I guess he was getting a little too carried away. Now Schiavone announces his gift. And we're waiting, and music hit, and it's Ric Flair's theme song. Ric Flair actually comes out, and I am just like, what? Honestly, was not expecting it. I wasn't even expecting a person. I thought Rick was like under some kind of Legends deal with WWE. Well, you know what? Maybe, but I do remember when that whole episode came out, all these allegations came out about Rick or whatever. They did pull some footage of Rick from like their intro for Raw and all that stuff. It was a whole mess, but I don't know. Whatever situation is, Tony Khan sent the check and Ric Flair cashed it. And he's here. Now, everybody seems to be surprised and excited or whatever. Personally, I have my opinions on Rick, so I did not care, but I was surprised. This actually is not a bad gift if they know how to use this. So now Rick is talking. He's emotional. You know how he is. He's a crybaby. Every time he get in that ring, he crying about something. I am scared to death because I'm thinking, is Rick going to be like, he wants to have one more match or whatever, and he wants it to be with Sting? Please, God, Jesus, no. Now, while all that's going on, he ends up giving Sting like a chop to the chest or whatever, getting all excited. And then here is Christian ruining the fun, and I don't mind that. And he's looking at Ric Flair, and he said, I know there isn't a God. If there is a God, he would have made sure that Ric Flair would have died 20 years ago. Can somebody tell me why Christian is being such a savage like this? It's absolutely beautiful. Now, Christian, he's like, you know what? It's going to be us three versus Sting and Darby and a partner of your choosing. If you want it to be Ric Flair, you can. But he's not going to last that long. Not with that pacemaker in his chest. Now, honestly, I was hoping we would not get a chance to see Ric Flair in the ring ever again. But they do confirm that Darby and Sting are going to be looking for a partner. And I do believe it may end up being Edge. Later on the show, they have Edge and Renee, and he's saying that he would not fight Christian. Basically, he loved Christian like a brother, and he doesn't want to get into any physical altercations with him. And here's Darby and Sting interrupting his TV time, and Sting lit a fire up Adam's ass, and he's like, look, you see how Christian has been lately, and you're saying that you wouldn't put a finger on him? He was like giving him this pep talk, and the way that he sound was just so powerful. Like that moment woke my ass up. I was like, damn, I feel like Sting was talking to me about like my problems or whatever. He was amazing here. So if it ends up being Adam being their partner at Full Gear, I think that would make things really interesting with this story. But if it's somebody else, I guess it's all right. So now we have Renee with Chris Jericho. He's giving us a medical update after that senseless beatdown from Powerhouse Hobbs that I definitely am co-signing for. Now, he is letting us know that since that moment, he's kind of like second guessing things about himself, and that he said he knows someone who is bigger than Powerhouse Hobbs that he can give a call to get shit done for him. And I'm wondering, who was he talking about? Now, I took a quick look on Twitter during the commercial break, and people are talking about it's going to be Paul White, the Big Show, because something about them trademarking their old name, Jericho. That's something that came up recently. If that's the case, I don't want to see it. Now, speaking of something I don't want to see, the next match we had the Ring of Honor 6-man tag championships on the line. The Young Bucks and Adam Page versus the Hardys and Brother Zay. The match was not bad, but I'm so angry about them having the titles that I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to go into a Black Lady rant. You guys already know the titles were retained, but check out the match because it's actually not bad. All right, so I always try to defend the ladies or whatnot, but I gotta be real when it's time to be real. Hikaru Shida versus Ruby Soho. What was that? What the hell was that? First of all, Ruby, take me shopping with you. I love your clothes. Hikaru Shida, you need a seamstress. Your clothes are not fitting well in the ring, and I'm not trying to be some type of way about it, but this can be a wardrobe malfunction waiting to happen. She just needs someone to help tighten things up when it comes to her gear. Now, as far as the match, it did start off slow, but I was like, all right, they're going to slowly build into something really fast-paced, high energy. And I don't think we even got that. Now, what really, really ruined the match, before that, there were some moments where they just didn't have great chemistry. I mean, like, Hikaru Shida went for a crossbody on Ruby and missed by like a fucking mile. And here's commentary saying, oh, she got her with a crossbody. No, she didn't. She did not. But I was like, you know what? Mistakes happen. It's okay. Now they continue, and then here and there, it just seemed like something is off about these two girls in the ring together. But I tried to ignore that and just try to see what was going on. Now, at some point, Ruby pretends that she got sprayed with the spray paint can while the referee wasn't looking. Why the referee wouldn't be looking? I don't know. What's distracting her? Maybe there's a fly in the arena. Now, Ruby pretends she got sprayed, and she gets out the ring, and she goes get the women's title. She brings it into the ring, and she walks up to Hikaru Shida with the title, and like literally like walked up to her, like she strolled over there to her. The ref is literally watching this, and here comes Hikaru Shida spraying the title with a spray paint can instead of Ruby. And I'm like, what is this? None of that shit made sense. And I'm talking about it, and I'm just like, I don't understand. You have one freaking match that you guys decide the ladies get on Dynamite, and you give us bullshit. I just don't understand what this was. They should have just had a one-on-one fight, no distraction, no bullshit, and Shida should have retained. I did not like this. You guys know Shida won, but it's not worth it. I don't know what the hell happened here tonight. So now we have MJF backstage getting medical attention. And honestly, MJF, I don't have a license or degree or anything to be a doctor, but I can definitely play nurse. Now, while they're checking him out, Here's Renee. She's going to ask questions. And she's always asking questions when maybe people don't want to answer anything. Now, while she's asking him questions, he barely get a chance to answer. And here comes Samoa Joe. And I'm like, Joe, don't beat him up right now. Like, let him make it through the night. Now, Joe was actually saying, bitch, you need friends. And I don't mind being your friend in exchange for a rematch for the Triple B. Now, MJF, he accepts this offer because he know he ain't got nobody over there who truly want to be. Well, that's not true. He is dodging everybody who actually want to help him. Well, I can't say the same about the Kingdom and them. They probably a little shady, but at least the Acclaim seem to really want to help. And Joe may have ulterior motives here, but at least he's being upfront about trying to get that rematch. So this might be a really great alliance for MJF. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with that. All right, you guys, main event time. We had Orange Cassidy and Kazuchika Okada versus Claudio Castagnoli and Bryan Danielson. This right here was so good. Now, I know we didn't expect anything less from these guys, but when we had two things, Bryan Danielson and Okada back in the ring, the crowd was just on fire. They want to see these two guys back at it again. And then we had another little teaser here with Okada and Claudio Castagnoli. That's something I want to see. Tony Khan, I will gather up my coins to see that. That looks really, really cool. Now, this match right here, I really did enjoy it. And the fans are really, really behind it. I love this crowd tonight. I'm pretty sure we're going to get that same energy with Rampage taping, I hope. So that would be really great. Here's the thing, though. Like I said on my Battles of the Belts review, I have no clue if BCC are heel or not. Now, they do come off as tweeners, but I think they were more going for them being heels coming into this match, especially after the fiasco of Orange Cassidy dare shoving Moxley with his damn scrawny ass shoulders. So I just felt like something about it was them supposed to be heel, but it really didn't give that feel, especially when you got people like Bryan and Claudio that kills it every time they go in the ring. The fans are just more invested in what they can do in the ring rather than what they are as characters at that point. Now, I kept thinking, well, Orange Cassidy, Okada, baby faces, everybody loved them. They're going to take the win for this. And surprise, surprise, Claudio takes the win for his team. Now, right before he takes the win for his team, Bryan Danielson gets an orange punch and a rainmaker right after that. And he is holding on to his face on the side of the ring. And he seems to be in a lot of pain. But then Claudio ends up taking the win and pinning Orange Cassidy. I'm not going to lie. I have no clue if Bryan Danielson was actually hurt. No idea. The doctors came running over to see how he was doing, and Claudio came and checked and to see if he was okay. And here comes Moxley and Wheeler. They're checking or whatever. And he's holding on his face. And he just looked like he's really, really hurt. But you guys know wrestling. There's a lot of really great actors. So it's hard to tell sometimes. And while we have Bryan in agony pain, Okada's in the ring mocking him. Like, nah, boo, boo, look at you crying. I was just like, I'm trying to feel something for Bryan right now. And you're making me laugh. Now, BCC, they're looking out for their friend or whatever. And then all of a sudden, Orange Cassidy crew, Mob Deep, come into the ring. Even Hook came out there looking like he just got let off the school bus with his backpack on. And I'm just like, what is going on? Now, while I'm still not sure about if Bryan was really hurt, that's probably part of the storyline, I don't know. It just felt really weird that Orange Cassidy friends will just all come out there like that. And it didn't really seem like there was a reason for them to be there. And I was just like, okay, this is a little bit confusing. And it kind of feels like maybe that's not how they should end up ending the show. Unless there would have been an actual confrontation between these two groups. And there were nothing at all. BCC didn't even acknowledge these bitches coming out here. They were just checking up on Bryan. And they just rolled up like, I don't know. It just felt a little bit strange. So I do hope something come out of that. If not, it would have felt like a little bit of a weird way to end the show. Either way, it was a great episode of Dynamite, especially that first 30 minutes. Something about it just felt so good. And I love how they're bringing some importance to the Triple B. It just feels like MJF is being that champion. Like MJF was like, look, I don't come out and wrestle every fucking night, but when I do, I tear the fucking house down. And he really did. And I really appreciate that. And I feel like people are still gonna say, oh, you know what, he's a champion. He should be wrestling every night. Is the tribal chief wrestling every night? I don't think so. So MJF shouldn't have to either. And when he does, he definitely impresses. At least impresses me. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I will be back tomorrow with Ring of Honor. Bye.